Hey guys, Kennedy here. Welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. We just got back to Haven, but before we go into the War Council and talk about possibly taking Fiona up on chance to talk with the mages about an alliance, I want to talk to different people around camp and explore Haven one more time. So let's talk to Cullen here, if he's not too busy.
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
That wasn't my idea.
I'd be concerned if it was. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
You left the Templars for this. You believe the Inquisition can work?
I do. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages. Now they argue over a new Divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
I was gonna say I like your enthusiasm, but I don't really mean to flirt with him. I'm gonna say this and hope that I can back out of flirting with him.
No, but if you have one prepared, I'd love to hear it.
Another time, perhaps. There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Ryden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying.
Yeah, I want to have a good rapport with him. I don't know if Taylor's really gonna be into Cullen, though. That's not really her style. Definitely gonna romance somebody, even if they don't all catch my fancy or anyone in particular, but I think the romances are some of the most interesting parts of BioWare games.
It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
What do
Oh?
you want to know?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
Ostwick, primarily. Though my business took me around the free marches.
Ah, the Carter. Odd that organized crime could be a dwarven pastime, but there it is. Tell me, do you consider the Free Marches your home? Are you eager to go back?
I might, once this is done.
It will not be the same once you do.
Yeah, that's true. What about you?
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
Is there any harm in us becoming a little closer?
Plenty.
Is that right?
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentagast, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lady.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family?
The Pentagasts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentagasts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
So, not on very good terms with your family then?
I do not visit, if that's what you mean. The Pentagasts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus, I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then, I realized I knew it not at all.
I'd really like to have that conversation about her brother at some point, but I could really see how Cassandra's personality would chafe under that sort of nobility and the expectations that come with that.
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a mortale tarsi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
What does that mean?
Your uncle was a mortalitasi?
A death mage. He
What?
still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts. The mortale tarsi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis.
Oh, okay, I see.
Navarrans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
I'll let you get back to work.
Good chatting with you, Cassandra. At some point we'll need to go back and see Master Dennett. The horse, to get the horses.
Research in the nave has notes on alloys that may prove more effective against demons.
Oh, does she? Well, we'll take anything that gives our blades a bit more bite. You mages aren't half bad.
I am no longer a mage.
Even better.
Harriet. Alright, I actually don't want to craft right now. I don't feel like I've gotten too much new stuff since the last time we did all of our crafting. I like to stop in and talk with my companions, but I don't feel the need to make sure we cover every little minute detail, since we have explored Haven once or twice before.
Need something?
Anything else to
Can
chat
I
about?
ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
Yeah, we've
Thanks,
talked
Varric.
about you already.
No
I've
problem.
heard your extravagant lies. Ah, I believe Sarah hangs out in the tavern, so we will certainly go chat with her now that she's here. And we'll find Vivienne as well. See how she's settling in Haven.
Must be strange, seeing one of your people held up as the Herald of Andraste.
Thank you.
Somewhat. She was born a surfacer, though.
I doubt most humans would see it that way.
I suppose you're right.
And she knew how to enrage them. She would always like to say, why change the past when you could own this day? Today she will fight to keep her way. She's a rogue and a thief and she'll tempt your fate. She would always like to say, why change the past when you can own this day? Today she will fight to keep her way. A rogue and a thief and she'll tempt your fate. Sarah was never quite the wealthiest girl. Some say she lives in a tavern, but she also was sharp and quick with a bow. Arrows strike like a dragon. Sarah was never quite the gentlest girl. Her eyes were sharp like a razor, but she knew the ways of commoner men, and she knew just how to use them. She would always like to say, why change the past when you can own this day? Today she will fight to keep her way. She's a rogue and a thief and she'll tempt
Cool.
your fate.
I like that the bard here has written a song about Sarah now that Sarah is staying here. I was also listening to this conversation about them asking this dwarf if it was weird the Herald of Andraste was a dwarf, and he specified, oh, well, she was born a surfacer. You know, as though that makes me not a dwarf somehow. It's rude.
So, this is it, huh? Oh no, it's fine, yeah? It's just, I thought it'd be bigger. That would have been hilarious if you were a man, right? Wasted. Anyway, stopping wars should earn more sovereigns than this. Need things back to normal for coins to be flowing again. Another reason the Templars and mages need to be sat down.
Yeah, well, they tried that.
I'm pretty sure the Conclave proved it's not that easy.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Why? Because someone yelled it real loud. Make them prove it. They're too busy to look up where the real questions are.
Is there something else you're looking for? Like what's behind all this?
Maybe. I don't know. First things first, right? I help you, march, arrow, kick. Then people stop being stupid, and everything starts to make sense again. Sound good to you, old-touched Lady Herald?
Yeah, it sounds good.
I'm ready to give it a shot. That's all I can ask from anyone else.
I'm in. It's an investment, yeah? Better pay off, too. Stupid war and everything. I had things to do.
Oh, Red Jenny operation available. Interesting. Well, let's see. I think Solus hangs out up here. Does he have anything new to chat about?
As I explored the Fade, I felt the presence of an intriguing artifact in the hinterlands. If you are willing, I would like to locate it. I have marked its location as best I could determine.
Great, I'll definitely look into it. I think we've chatted about this
before. What do you know about the Fade?
A great deal from my wanderings. There are few hard facts, but I can share what I have learned.
I don't know. We have talked about this actually.
Simply put, it is a tear in the veil between this world and the Fade, allowing spirits to enter the world physically. Small tears occur naturally when magic weakens the veil, or when spirits cluster in an area that has seen many deaths. But your mark allows you to exert some control over the breach. That means it was created deliberately.
I'd like to know more about the veil.
Circle mages call it a barrier between this world and the Fade. But according to my studies in ancient elven lore, that is a vast oversimplification. Without it, imagine if spirits entered freely. The Fade was not a place one went, but a state of nature like the wind.
I don't know if I can imagine that.
Try. Imagine if spirits were not a rarity, but a part of our natural world. Like a fast-flowing river. Yes, it can drown careless children, but it can also carry a merchant's goods or grind a miller's flour. That is what the world could be if the veil were not present. For better or worse.
I'd like to know more about demons.
The Chantry says that demons hate the natural world and seek to bring their chaos and destruction to the living. But such simplistic labels misconstrue their motivations, and in so doing, do all a great disservice. Spirits wish to join the living, and a demon is that wish gone wrong.
What do you mean gone wrong?
Is there a way to coexist? To live with them, if not in peace, at least without such active confrontation?
Not in the world we know today. The veil creates a barrier that makes true understanding most unlikely. But the question is a good one, and it matters that you thought to ask.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Don't want to upgrade anything just yet. It's fine. What else could I put here? Rock armor? Nah. I haven't really been using any of these. I should focus on that. Also, I would really like to learn how to do like a mana potion or something of that nature.
Yes, sir. With Cedric's compliments, sir.
What's the catch this time?
No catch, sir. Said he wanted to help the Inquisition. Plus, I think the herbs were going to go off and nobody wanted to buy them. Think Cedric wanted people to like him.
Well, good enough.
Yeah, good on Segret for coming around and giving those herbs to the to Adon here to help us out. Wait, where am I? I got myself lost. Here we go. Whoa, what are you doing, buddy? I guess he's just checking out the local herbs and stuff, see what's available. Oh, is Liliana over here?
Been Enchanter Vivienne. That's the picture of what a circle mage should be.
She looks like a noble. It's arrogant.
Yeah, I agree.
Not
She's
to be
arrogant.
unafraid.
There were so many questions surrounding Faria's death. Did he think we wouldn't notice? He's killed Faria, one of my best agents, and knows where the others are. You know what must be done. Make it clean. Painless if you can. We were friends once.
I don't know that I want to get involved. I feel like Liliana's in charge of her agents, not me. But I feel like maybe she should do some more investigation. But what do I know? I just came in the middle of the conversation. I'm not going to interfere.
It will be done.
I'm sorry you had to see that. Trust me. Everything I do is to protect our interests. Now if you're happy, I have more work to do.
What are you mad at me for? I didn't even say a word. Can't we just, like, say hello?
Reports of fade rifts and demons keep coming. The people are terrified, and it's only getting worse. The only thing that will calm their fears now is the hope that someone out there can save them. You have to be that someone. No one else has any power over the rifts. Seal them. Your legend will spread, and Thedas will learn to trust the Inquisition.
I'm doing as much as I can.
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
Oh, okay. Well, what about yourself?
Let's talk about you.
Me?
What did you do before you worked for the Divine?
I was a bard, an Orlesian spy for many years. For a time I also served a small cloister in Lothering. After the Blight, the Divine called on me to oversee her personal network.
I don't think I would like to be a bard, actually. Let's see what she says.
Can you teach me to be a bard?
Being a bard is so much more than being a spy. It involves a keen understanding of politics, the ebb and flow of influence, the great game. The bard's is an intricate dance where a smile can be sharper than any dagger. The best way to learn is to immerse yourself in it. Perhaps when this is all over, I'll teach you.
Well, when it's all over, I mean, I feel like I need those politico skills now if I'm going to be with the Inquisition. Oh well.
Bards tell tales. I bet you tell some good ones.
There are plenty of tales in the library. Perhaps you should look for them there.
Okay.
I
Message
should leave you to
received.
your work.
We can always talk later.
She certainly did not seem happy to see me. I'm not sure why. Is there anything in this chest? No. Still gonna ignore that requisition for now. Just not that interested.
It's just like that. Should we surrender or...
Don't be foolish. We are the Chantry, as much as any Grand Cleric. That prattle from Valroyo isn't the word of the Maker. It's politics.
Interesting. She joined, but she seems frustrated.
It's good you've returned. We heard of your encounter.
You heard?
My agents in the city sent word ahead, of course.
It's a shame the Templars have abandoned their senses, as well as the capital.
We had to do something, and now we have an opportunity.
Yes, and we have the opening we need to approach the Templars and the mages.
Do we? Lord Seeker Lucius is not the man I remember.
True, he has taken the orders somewhere, but to do what? My reports have been very odd.
We must look into it. I'm certain not everyone in the Order will support the Lord Seeker.
Or the Herald could simply go to meet the mages in Redcliffe instead.
You think the Mage Rebellion is more united? It could be 10 times worse.
We should definitely meet the mages.
I could at least find out what the mages want.
No doubt what they've always wanted. Support for their cause.
We shouldn't discount Redcliffe. The mages may be worth the risk.
They are powerful, Ambassador, but more desperate than you realize.
As are we.
So it'll be dangerous. I've been in danger since I walked out of the Fade.
If some among the rebel mages were responsible for what happened at the Conclave...
The same could be said about the Templars.
Exactly.
True enough. Right now, I'm not certain we have enough influence to approach the Order safely.
Then the Inquisition needs agents in more places. That's something you can help with.
In the meantime, we should consider other options. There is one other matter. Several months ago, the Grey Wardens of Ferelden vanished. I sent word to those in Orlais, but they have also disappeared. Ordinarily, I wouldn't even consider the idea they're involved in all this, but the timing is curious.
That does sound suspicious.
That does sound odd, I agree.
The others have disregarded my suspicion, but I cannot ignore it. 2 days ago, my agents in the hinterlands heard news of a Grey Warden by the name of Blackwall. If you have the opportunity, please seek him out. Perhaps he can put my mind at ease.
And if he can't?
Then there may be more going on than we thought.
Okay, so it sounds like we need to take some time to go back to the hinterlands. Because we need to talk to Master Dennett. We need to look for this Blackwall character. And presumably some other things as well. Let's see if Mother Giselle has anything new to say. Still reading all these like quest pop-ups and stuff. Oh, also Solus found that artifact or whatever in the hinterlands that we should go look for.
I greet you.
I think we talked about all that.
Is there anything I can do to help you or your people?
My healers would benefit from more supplies. We have run short of even common goods with so many wounded. If you could deliver this list and the items on it to Quartermaster Thren, she could get us what we need. It may not seem like much, but it would enable my healers to save many lives.
Sure.
Farewell.
Until next time.
Wait, what potion did I get? Shoot, I screwed that up. Inventory recipe is what I'm looking for. Healing mixture. A potent healing mixture that can treat many wounded people. Reward +1 power. Okay, so nothing for me, just another requisition. 5 Blood Lotus. I'm reluctant to give those up. What new weapons do I have? Longsword. No. Put that in this for sale pile. This as well. Oh, let's kit out Sarah. Still not quite level 7. Sarah doesn't come with her own bow? Okay, well, she can certainly use this one. And how about armor? Sure, take that for now. Well, that's all that works for her right now anyway. And it's too doofy. Her hair's doofy anyway, let's give her that. Whoops, I meant to go to accessories. Still no one to use those. So that's good. How many inventory items do we have? 20 out of 60, we're doing just fine. Not going to worry too much about that. Let's go ahead and save though. And see if we need to talk to Maeve. We might have some more things.
Perhaps Leliana was... No, that seems unlikely. How can... Oh, hello, Mistress Kadash.
Hi, Josephine.
Something on your mind, Ambassador?
You could say that. I was speaking with Leliana and... Well, we discussed how to make people understand that a dwarf could be a herald of Andraste.
Is being a dwarf so controversial?
Everything about you promises to be controversial. Dwarves rarely join the Chantry. Why would the Maker's Chosen be one, they wonder? Few realize dwarves even have a religion in their philosophy of the stone.
I never paid much attention to any of that stone stuff.
That's fortunate. The Chantry is already worried about the mark on your hand.
That's out of my hands. I can't help what people think.
I have concerns about more than your position as Andraste's herald. Leliana was telling me rumors that... it sounds preposterous, but... there are stories circulating that you were part of a criminal organization. The Dwarven Carta.
Yeah, sorry about
I
that.
am. Or I was, until the Conclave.
I was hoping... Oh dear. Were you only smuggling at least? Exchanging a few goods on the surface?
Yeah, that's true.
I was the buyer for fancy surface goods we sold to rich dwarven houses. Long hours, but peaceful compared to most Carta work.
Oh, that is a relief. Perhaps we can make your former occupation sound... less unsavory. I'll handle the subject of your past carefully, Herald. I'm sure you can't miss that life.
I'm OP like bad girls. Nah, I don't want to romance Josephine. I was good at it. I won't miss the brutality. Well, there's plenty of brutality here.
Why wouldn't I? I was the best at what I did. My old bosses are probably tearing their hair out trying to replace me.
I will take your word for it, so long as they won't be able to win you back. That sort of competition is the last thing we require.
No. I'm loyal to the Inquisition. I'm gonna see it through.
Please tell me if you find something.
I will do that. Thanks for your hard work, Maeve.
There was no word for heaven or for earth or sea or sky.
The Fade. The study of the Fade is as old as humankind. For so long as men have dreamed, we have walked its twisting paths, sometime catching a glimpse of the city at its heart. Always as close as our own thoughts, but impossibly separated from our world. The Deventer Imperium once spent vast fortunes of gold, lyrium, and human slaves in an effort to map the terrain of the Fade, an ultimately futile endeavor. Although portions of it belong to powerful spirits, all of the Fade is in constant flux. The Imperium succeeded in finding the disparate and ever-shifting realms of a dozen demon lords, as well as cataloging a few hundred types of spirits, before they were forced to abandon the project. The relationship of dreamers to the Fade is complex. Even when entering the Fade through the use of lyrium, mortals are not able to control or affect it. The spirits who dwell there, however, can, and as the Chantry teaches us, the great flaw of the spirits is that they have neither imagination nor ambition. They create what they see through their sleeping visitors, building elaborate copies of our cities, people, and events, which, like the reflections in a mirror, ultimately lack context or life of their own. Even the most powerful demons merely plagiarize the worst thoughts and fears of mortals and build their realms with no other ambition than to taste life.
All that existed was silence.
I met an elven mage earlier. Solus, I believe he was called.
Indeed?
I admit I was surprised. I didn't expect to find mages among the Inquisition.
Well, you're here.
Tell me, why were you at the Divine Conclave?
I was just spying. I do think mages should be free, but I'm not going to hit on that just yet. I'm not going to rag on the Templars. I'm not going to rag on the rebels. I don't agree that the circle must be restored, so we'll go with this one.
The war benefits no one. It must end, and order must be restored.
If only the rebels saw things so clearly. Justinia's death has shattered the balance of power in Thedas. If it is not restored quickly, countless lives will be lost. Mages, Templars, innocent people of all kinds now look to the Inquisition to decide their fate.
I'll try not to let them down.
Failure is a luxury we cannot afford, my dear. For almost 1,000 years, the world believed it was in the hands of the Maker. And now many believe you are the agent of his will. Whatever the truth is, that belief gives you power.
If that's true, then I'll put it to good use.
I suppose we'll see. I've stolen enough of your time, my dear. Don't let me keep you.
Yeah, I think Vivienne and I might have a little trouble getting along. We shall see. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt for now. As I said, I don't think that there's anything inherently wrong with the mages forming a circle. But I certainly won't say they have to.
Excuse me. I've got a message for the Inquisition, but I'm having a hard time getting anyone to talk to me.
And you are?
Who are you, soldier?
Cremisius Aclasi with the Bulls Chargers Mercenary Company. We mostly work out of Orlais and Navarra. We've got word of some Tevinter mercenaries gathering out on the Storm Coast. My company commander, Iron Bull, offers the information free of charge. If you'd like to see what the Bulls Chargers can do for the Inquisition, meet us there and watch us work.
What can your Bulls Chargers offer the Inquisition?
We're loyal, we're tough, and we don't break contracts. Ask around Valroyo. We've got references.
What should I know about your commander?
Iron Bull. He's one of those Kunari, the big guys with the horns. He leads from the front, he pays well, and he's a lot smarter than the last bastard I worked for. Best of all, he's professional. We accept contracts with whoever makes the first real offer. You're the first time he's gone out of his way to pick a side.
Why did your commander send us this information?
Iron Bull wants to work for the Inquisition. He thinks you're doing good work.
Alright, well I'll certainly come see your commander then.
I look forward to meeting this Iron Bull.
We're the best you'll find. Come to the Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
Part of me thinks Cullen should be in charge of investigating this mercenary band, but Krem specifically said that no one would listen to him, so I'll do the investigating.
So, the Carter really has no opinion on the Herald of Andraste being a dwarf?
I think the card is going to wait and see. If she sticks around and the Chantry comes to respect her, that's good for business. And if they burn her at the stake, well, we didn't say anything about Andraste, did we?
And she's alright with that?
I don't see that she has much choice.
Indeed.
She's stuck at the table. Best she can do is roll the dice and see how long her luck holds.
Yeah. Hope the dice fall in my favor. Let's see. Up next is definitely the Hinterlands. And yes, I think talking with Braun and Eliana is our next move when we get there. Whoops. Lots of things to do there, but that's definitely next. Let's save and go back to the war table. Take some care of some things there before we head out.
Come to me, child, and I shall embrace you. In my arms lies eternity.
Okay, so now we have some things to investigate over here. Truth or Dare, the Imperial Court, Chantry remains, Red Jenny, says drop
Has
and
Cassandra
grab.
spoken to you about my new recruits?
They are not your recruits, Commander. They're ours.
Let's see about this. Truth or Dare, the Imperial Court. A letter addressed to Vivienne lies opened on the table. A note has been added to the top which reads, Josephine, darling, you should take care of this. V. My dearest Vivienne, you cannot have heard the shocking allegations against the Inquisition, or surely you would never have been seen with them. Allow me, as a friend, to open your eyes. People are saying that divine Justinia is indeed alive, but that the Inquisition, her closest advisors and most trusted servants, have orchestrated all this chaos on her orders. that it was Seeker Pentagast and Sister Nightingale who sabotaged the Conclave in order to eliminate opposition within the Chantry, and cut off the heads of the Mage Rebellion and Templars in a single stroke. To save your own reputation, you must escape this acquaintance immediately. With deepest concern, Vicomtesse Elodie de Moreau. What does Josephine have to say about this? We need the support of the nobles to combat this rumor. I can arrange a few key visits. Yes, send Josephine. She knows what she's doing.
Service.
This is clearly a task for the ambassador and not the spies or the soldiers. Let's see what we have going on the Ferelden side before I commit to those other few. Red Jenny. Yeah, this is to unlock another area. Gather coin, report ready. Our efforts bore fruit. A portion of the profits will be passed to you. Use it wisely, Herald. 82 gold. Not much, but I hope it helped the Inquisition. Commander Cullen, am I to understand you are in charge of the soldiers trampling on my lawns, providing food and refuge to the scrabble of filth burrowing into my land? A plague on you, sir, for spitting in the face of an honest petitioner, for taking advantage of my distress. Did my wretched neighbor, Ban Traft, whisper in your ear? Tell me what he paid you so that I may at least know the price of treachery, sir. My only consolation is that a few of the rank and file have gone to join your farce of an Inquisition. In bitterest disgust, Lord Kildarn. 60 influence. Nice. So, instead of helping him, we help the refugees and gain some influence with the people, which is exactly what I was hoping for. My dear Leliana, your author friend is truly a mystery. Our search uncovered only a string of foreign accounts. The trail of coin led from Antiva to Teventer to the Free Marches and Orlais. Someone hid their tracks well, but not well enough. Your writer is in Kirkwall, and remember, you owe me a favor. A. We got an Amulet of Power. I think that, levels up Varric once. So completed that. It's sticking around, though. That's interesting. What is this area? Champions of the Just. Required power 15. Cult of Andraste. Gather coin is still available? Yeah, I guess if I have, leftover guys who have nowhere to go. Let's go to this deal with this Cult of Andraste. Before the Fifth Blight and the arrival of the hero of Ferelden, Haven was occupied by cultists who worshipped a dragon, one they believed to be Andraste reborn. Both the cultists and their dragon were long gone by the time the Chantry arrived to build the Temple of Sacred Ashes, but there may still be undiscovered passages in the mountains containing their relics. With a concerted search effort, it might be possible to unearth something useful to the Inquisition. Alright, let's send Leliana's spies.
Let's see what we have.
They're good at uncovering secrets and can do it a bit faster than the soldiers. And, let's see, we have one mission for Cullen to go on. The Chantry remains, or Red Jenny says drop and grab. Let's do this one. I can make no sense of this. The Herald found her. Perhaps she can advise? Cullen. A letter from Sarah follows. For your big hats, Lord whoever says you're rubbish. His servants don't care, but could. Drop a few things for them. They'll give Josephine a surprise. I think scrolls or something. Sarah. A scribble of heraldic symbols and directions are below. Also Sarah's name 37 times. We've no time for games. Far simpler to stop this with soldiers and find favor with this noble. No, I don't think that's the right reaction. I think this is a mission for Josephine to go on in the future. The Chantry remains. The confrontation with Mother Havara and the Val Royal market had the desired effect, to a point. The Chantry's condemnation of the Inquisition was lost amid a flurry of speculation over the actions of Lord Seeker Lucius, as well as a divide in the opinions of the remaining Chantry clerics. There are, however, clerics still loudly denouncing the Herald of Andraste. The Inquisition could leave them to their speeches, but dealing with them before the Chantry elects a new divine could be of benefit. So Cullen recommends sending a contingent of Inquisition soldiers to the Grand Cathedral. They can offer protection, and their visibility will remind the clerics they are not out of our reach. I do think Josephine would be a good person for this, but seeing as how we've already lost power, let's send some men to hopefully send a positive message and not a violent one. We'll see if that backfires or not. And in the meantime, we are returning to the hinterlands. Solus has to come with us, so sorry Vivienne, you're out. I definitely need a tank, so Cassandra's in. We'll take Sarah this time and see how she fares.